The Raker of Solnari. I've never heard that name before. Let's keep this news confidential. But if this rare...
Yeah, things might be okay. Exactly. Whatever the case, let's start by telling them as it happens. We have our own reasons to protect...
Thank you. The Frostmoon Scions will stand with you to prevent this crisis as... In addition, the winds of... Whether our foe is the Fatui...
Let's see...
Friendly approach detected. We meet again.
Listen, what?
Threat level exceeds expectations.
Phew, doesn't matter if he's the Rahira Solnari or Solari or whatever. You were there when we fired it, right? True. Well, we'll just get an effort to go grab him and tie him. You're not taking this seriously at all. Anyways, firepower is not a concern. See those canisters over there? That's all concentrated Kubaki, which we'll be shipping to Nasha Town. More than enough ammo in there to blast that Fatui research facility to bits in a single shot. You sure have been looking forward to... Of course! This is gonna be the shot that shocks the world. All of Nokrai, heck, all of Snezhnaya will know my name once we're through. Sure,
I know. There remains intel left on...
Oh, right. Yeah. Since you remember that Sosi guy? The Ratnik in charge of firing the cannon? He's been found dead in their organization. Wait, what? Didn't we just see him with... Yeah. It's... I'll send a Nafa
The data concurs. This gentleman appears to have been one of the most accomplished... His character has...
Oh, that means... Hey! What do you... Either way, I'm not... Got it! Let's go then! You coming along?
My tasks are incomplete. The last few batches of ammunition must be randomly inspected.
All right. This must be it. Oh, doesn't look like there's any chance of... Should we go speak to the guard first?
Might as well try squeezing blood from a stone.
Ah! Never! When did...
I came over to take a look as soon as I received the news just now. Aino told you about this then? Before we start, shall we see if we've made this... Indeed. Keep your eyes peeled. Just follow me.
I'm sorry, but we're not open to guests right now.
Sorry about that. They're here to investigate.
All of them?
The paperwork checks out.
All right then. And...
Paimon might have said this before, Nefer, but you sure do come prepared.
Shishich, my old friend. Fill us in.
Greetings. If the murder happened not long ago, the Sergeant Major was killed by a single piercing strike from a polearm. No obvious signs of a violent...
Entry on a...
At the moment, the most valuable lead we have is based on an eyewitness, specifically, that Flint's was...
Flint's?
We have tried to contact him, but he is not...
Very odd indeed.
So... he's the prime...
To be honest, I'm not particularly... He also had no but...
Looks like there's not much else to dig up here. So, the evidence points to Flint's. We know that this Flint's could have been Rerir in disguise, but we lack the... Furthermore.
Yeah! He said he would report back to headquarters, but it seems he hasn't gone at all. What could he be doing?
Let's approach the issue this way. First, we must determine our culprit. Was it Flint's or Rerir in disguise?
Yeah! What reason would Flint's have to murder Sosie anyway?
None, as far as I know. And even if he had a motive, it would have been easier to do so out in the wild, rather than in Nasha Town.
Yeah! They would have often gone out on missions together. Plenty of chances there.
Yes, but there's one thing worth noting here. Remember the intel we got back at the tavern? No one has ever seen a phantom that can take the form of other humans within the Wild Hunt. This means that he has been hesitant to abuse this ability, or allow it to become common knowledge, likely so that he could act in secret under other guises.
But no matter what, barring identities comes with risks, right? What if you bump into the person you're imitating along the way?
Precisely. In other words, his goal must have been worth the risk, similar to how he came in disguise to obtain the moon marrow. He likely knew then that the real Flints would not appear and get in his way during this time. We'd have to ask Flints ourselves, I'm afraid. But we shouldn't jump to any conclusions here. We can't discount the possibility that he might actually be the murderer himself. Not yet, at least. And there are other, less likely scenarios. For instance, Rerir may have already killed Flint's long ago, and been living as him for some time now. Yes, that is our ticket to a breakthrough.
Then we've got to find him before the Lightkeepers do, or we might never see him again.
Steady now. Our friend should be back.
We've tracked him down to a beach north of Nasha Town. The Wild Hunt is present too, so we're putting a force together. I'll have you know that this is top secret.
Don't worry. You'll receive... The beach is all yours. I'll stay and slow the Lightkeepers down. Things might go
Oh, right! Before we go, should we reveal Rarir's secret? Since he's trying to keep it all hush-hush, well... Hey! Why are you laughing?
Oh, I was just imagining how setting aside the matter of evidence, tossing him into a swirling and think about it. Once people learn that he can masquerade as those they trust, would they continue to welcome friends into their homes with such open hearts? Unease grips the hearts of those in Nasha Town already. We should avoid throwing more fuel onto the fire.
Yeah, you're right. You've really thought of everything, huh? Nothing for it, then. We've just gotta find Flint's.
Indeed. But just in case, let me stress once more. We should neither be excessively afraid of Rerir, nor trust in flints too lightly. This light source is of special Lightkeeper design. It provides illumination within Wild Hunt anomalies, and can briefly dispel the abyssal fog within.
All right. We'll have to deal with that mess, too. Yeah, this will be important. Thanks a bunch, Nefer.
You're welcome. I've charged it to your account, by the way.
Hey, you!
Have you decided where you will go from here? If not, why not find a patch of soft grass and rest a while? If ever you find that the animals in Nodcry behave in ways you do not understand, just ask me and I will explain.
Whoa! The fog's really... Is that a Lightkeeper's lantern? Is there someone up ahead? Come on, let's go see!
Till at last part ways.
Monsters! Positions! Bombs away! Go get it, you Egway! Stay put!
Receive my blessing.
Here! This monster was lurking near the lamp. That must have been a planned ambush. We're not falling for that again. There's something inside it. Some small device. Huh? Why isn't it giving off light anymore? Is it broken? Oh, we better take it with us. The fight took place here. Did Flint's leave these marks?
Is someone there? Please, help me!
Isn't that Flint's voice? Did you hear that? But is that really him? We'll be in trouble if these spooky shadows touch us! Quick, use the lantern! We'll be in trouble if these spooky shadows touch us! Quick, use the lantern!
Me lleva la chica.
We'll be in trouble if these spooky shadows touch us! Quick, use the lantern!
Sí, chico.
Sí, o perezoso. Sí, oremos. Yamalune katesi foram kalu. Mio sei siniso. Senti che sto.
Hand it over. That was mine from the first.
Tutto mi nettorai desnerte.
You're a fool. You again.
What the? It's stronger than before. Lantern, now!
It escaped again. This situation speaks for itself, I presume.
So, you were tangling with Rare out here all by yourself.
So, that vile phantom hiding inside the Wild Hunt has a name of his own.
Yeah, you don't look so good.
Sorry you had to see me like this. All the same, you have my sincere thanks for your aid. To think you had the power to so easily cleanse the filth staining the lantern, which tormented me so. Might I ask what magic that was? Or whose pupil you are? I believe I might have saved some face had I mastered just a fraction of such abilities. And an enviable constitution it is. A pity that such abilities cannot be acquired.
Why did abyssal power just burst out of your lantern anyway?
That is a long story. Many moons ago, when on Wild Hunt clearance duty, I shattered one of its cores only for a special crystalline object to fall out. I sensed a power surging within it that was at once familiar yet strangely illusory. I freely confess to being an avid collector of ancient gems, coins, and other curios. And curiosity it was that had me store this crystal inside my lantern. Afterwards, I wound up collecting a few more such crystals quite by accident, and discovered that they could merge into a single piece without my prompting. Though my understanding ends there. It was only recently that they began slowly emitting abyssal energy, which could neither be dispelled nor weakened.
Is that what Rarer claimed belonged to him? That must be what he's after then!
I concur. And here's the kicker. Before he was exceedingly weak. In fact, I've already beaten him several times. But I noticed while engaging him that the crystal fragment would restrict my powers. As such, it occurred to me that I should hide it rather than tangle with him any longer. Alas, he has proved most fixated upon this fragment. And for some reason, his strength has grown by leaps and bounds since I last encountered him. And where, might I ask, would it be safe? Or do you think it wiser I threw it away? Were our places switched, would you discard it? Knowing that its perilous might was beyond your ability to counteract, yet capable of causing greater harm should it lie beyond your grasp.
Yeah, throwing it away would mean giving the bad guy what he wants. But exposing yourself to its corrosion and growing weaker by the day... Oh.
Only those who shoulder risks are qualified to welcome in the turning of the tide. Those who flee when troubles come are nothing more than deserters. Though I shan't deny that I have your fortuitous arrival and most outstanding assistance to thank for my continued ability to speak such platitudes. Either way, it seems this fragment is now utterly still. That must have made it useless to Rerir. I doubt he would have retreated so readily otherwise. I imagine this wasn't the only reason you came looking for me, though?
Well, no.
Ah. I see. To use the Lightkeepers to find me, I suspect. I did not inform anyone of my true whereabouts, so he should have had more difficulty tracking me down. They alone have the ability to quickly pinpoint my position. Our Sergeant Major has a Kuvaki-powered device that can be used to detect others who bear a lantern. They usually don't pay my whereabouts much mind unless they absolutely...
You mean this thing?
Yes. Where did you pick this up?
We found it inside a lantern when we first charged into the Wild Hunt anomaly.
It must belong to a Ratnik dispatched to investigate the area, who, it seems, dropped everything and fled the moment they saw the Wild Hunt massing to strike.
Guess it's not surprising how they found you so fast, then.
Were he to use it, that device would likely fail to act as it should, owing to abyss...
Ah, guess that explains...
So not only is this Rerir ruthless, but a purveyor of dirty tricks, too. You might not be familiar with Sergeant Major Sosi, but he put his heart and soul into every mission. Our deployments are subject to orders from headquarters, and his orders were to be stationed long-term in Nasha Town. As such, he was very seldom able to go back and visit his family. He worked so hard, seeking to produce excellent results that might convince them to But every year they would say, wait a little longer. Wait a little longer. In truth, everyone had nothing but the highest praise for him. But good work does not always lead to good outcomes. The higher-ups would think, he's doing great where he is. Let him stay there forever. Whereas his subordinates would think, wouldn't it be? So he waited. And he waited. Until the world... One that has played out many times throughout history. Another reason to take this Rerir's head.
Oh. Well, at least we now know that he's looking for these fragments inside Wild Hunt anomalies.
And yet, what did the Sergeant Major have to do with any of this? Why did he have to die?
Could Rerir be angry that the cannon Sosi set up to fire destroyed the fragments he wanted to collect?
Could you take me to the scene of the crime? We shall just have to exercise some discretion then. Come on. Let us be on our way. I understand the situation more or less. Much has happened, I see. Either way, I suppose we were lucky not to receive a warm welcome on the way over here. It seems my fellow Lightkeepers do not wish to make this
Yeah. Guess Nasha Town's already been enough of a mess lately.
Let's stop here. Any further and the Ratniki might detect us. Since you two can enter, I'll have to request that you kindly pick me up once you're inside.
Oh? And how are we supposed to do that?
You'll know when the time comes. See.
Still acting all mysterious. But he seemed pretty confident, so guess we gotta trust him. Hello?
Ah, you're the special assistants for this investigation.
Yep, that's us.
Well, you're just in time. We're basically done investigating the crime scene. All that's left is to finish writing up some records. If there's anything else you'd like to look into, this is your last chance to do so. Sadly, no. The motive behind the killing remains a mystery. And while we somehow managed to get considering that Nefer from the Curatorium of Secrets came forward to help investigate, I have no doubt that a breakthrough's not far off.
We'll do our part too. Alright, we're going in. See you later. Phew, we're in. Thanks to Nefer's reputation, once again. But we still know nothing about how Flint's is gonna enter, or how we'll pick him up. Never mind how we'll leave later on. Something the matter? Huh. That looks like Flint's lantern. But where is he exactly? Well, we've got the lantern. What now? Oh, Paimon almost screamed out loud. You never said you could do magic like that!
This lantern may have a rather peculiar shape, but so long as it doesn't glow, it won't stand out in the dark. I calculated that you would have already entered, so I chose a spot visible from the window before using light, as I thought. You're both sharp-eyed and on the ball.
The perks of being veteran adventurers, huh?
Your composure is more impressive still. You're right. That required a little trick of my own. But let us leave such trivial topics for a more relaxed moment. Our time. Just as I thought. Come, try sensing it yourself. Identical powers must flow from the same source. It was the Wild Hunt, then, that took my form and killed the Sergeant Major. But why do this?
To sow chaos by depriving the Lightkeepers of one of their commanders?
If the Wild Hunt's true form is powerful enough to stand against the world as you claim, I fear not even the full force of Lightkeepers could stand against him, let alone the handful of us stationed in Nasha Town. He would have no reason whatsoever to pick quarrels with individual ants. Let's look again more closely. We must leave no stone unturned. Well, that makes things simpler. In that case, allow me to disturb the fallen. May the ghost flame guide your spirit. May you rest in peace. When we fought, he seemed like quite a reckless foe. Certainly not the meticulous mastermind type. Yet here we are, grappling with this enigma he has left us.
Oh, if we can't get any leads, we might have to go back and find Nefer. Oh, the longer we're stuck here, the likelier he is to achieve his goal. Oh, this is so frustrating! You mean this?
I'm not well versed in machinery, but that means his mechanical arm is malfunctioning, right? It might have been broken in combat.
No, that's not right. Paimon remembers this signal. We saw it before while repairing the cannon. It doesn't mean that the components are damaged. It just means that they're due for regular maintenance, so the device has stopped operating. But the real problem is that... Yeah, he even helped us find the maintenance port. It could still be a coincidence, but considering it hasn't been long at all since we were repairing that cannon...
The Sosi you met could have been Rerir in disguise. In other words, he played the Sergeant Major before disguising himself as me.
That's right! If only there were some way to prove it!
You mean Hintsa?
We had a short chat with him once at the tavern, but it's so late. Guess it'll have to wait till tomorrow.
I know where he lives. The situation is critical, so let us now take up the role of uninvited guests ourselves. Ah, yes. And one more thing. Remember to pick me up by the window.
You two. On Flint's. Given the hour, I guess it must be an emergency.
It is indeed. Our sincerest apologies for interrupting your rest. We are investigating a certain matter in connection with Sergeant Major Sosi. We'd like to know if he has sent you a request for maintenance to be performed on his mechanical arm.
Sosi. Oh, so the rumors I heard... Are they... You know what? Forget it. I'm sure it's complicated. No further questions from me. Just a moment. I need to check my records.
Thank you for your understanding.
Got it. 8 days ago, he came to request a round of regular maintenance. But as it happened, I had run out of the required components. His mechanical arm is especially sophisticated, having been designed by Aino personally. The parts, too, could only be made by her. As such, they usually take several days to arrive. In fact, this time, he even asked me if we could push his request forward. And I understood, completely. Not being able to use your hand, that's rough for anyone. But even more so if your job involves fighting out in the wild. So I did my best to convince Aino to rush the job. And eventually, the parts arrived. 3 days ago, if I remember correctly. I sent word to the Lightkeepers immediately, but he never showed up. I assumed he was just out on some mission or other. What's with those faces? Everything all right?
You've provided us with some very crucial information, Hinza. You have our thanks. We can't make everything public yet, but once our investigation is complete, I will return to thank you and provide an explanation on behalf of all the Lightkeepers.
No worries. Just glad I could help.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Hope the investigation goes well.
It seems that it is as we guessed. The Sergeant Major Sosi you encountered while repairing the cannon was actually Rerir in disguise. 8 days ago, he had yet to act. But at some point after that, he attacked and imprisoned the Sergeant Major. With the immense gap in strength between them, the job was finished in a single blow. And thus Rerir had no opportunity to discover the malfunctioning mechanical arm. Perhaps his mastery of shapeshifting extends only to outward form, and not therefore to complex internal mechanisms. Hence his over-
You're saying he thought no one would really... Still seems like there's a lot of guesswork involved here, but it mostly makes sense.
This also has me stumped for the moment. The cannon has always been used to destroy the Wild Hunt, and it works as intended. But how would that help Rerir exactly? Assuming he plans to collect the fragments within Wild Hunt anomalies, firing the cannon works against him, since it would blast those fragments to smithereens.
So we solved one mystery, only to dig up another. Whew. This is getting Paimon kind of down. And sleepy too.
Yes, I'd say it is high time we took a break. Seems like there's a lot left to invest. We'll have to fight Rerir eventually. And we'll do a poor job if we're not well rested.
Yeah, we should totally get some sleep first.
A reasonable suggestion. I have no doubt that my quarters have been turned inside out by now, at any rate. My colleagues have never failed to live up to my expectations of their discourtesy.
Well, guess we'll just have to pick you up as usual.
That would be good, yes. Feel free to put the room costs on my tab.
Phew, back inside. We can finally take a breather. Okay, Paimon. In and out.
I suppose we could all take a moment to unwind. As I recall, our first meeting took place not far from here. The nostalgia. Had you already sensed the unique power within my lantern at that time? I see. Words truly do fail to capture your superlative insight. Fortunate then that abyssal energy was only leaking from the fragment in minuscule amounts when we first met. Or I might have been in for a real interrogation.
Yeah, hard to see how that would have played out. We've had a whole bunch of unpleasant run-ins with the Abyss.
You mean to ask why I'm going this far to oppose him? Well, as a Lightkeeper, I'd say I'm simply doing my job.
Yeah! You're covered in more mysteries than Paimon could shake a skewer at. You can't just get out of explaining yourself by making lame excuses.
All right. I suppose I do owe you some honesty, whether out of gratitude or the need to build trust. Your deductions have been quite correct. Should one wish to conceal oneself within a lantern, elemental power alone is not enough. You know humans well, and naturally you understand their limits. But some things that humans would consider difficult are quite normal in the eyes of non-humans.
So, you mean you're one of the latter?
Have you heard of how Snezhnaya was once the realm of the Fae? This race is no longer of any importance, but they still exist, as evidenced by the fact that I am standing before you.
We've heard some scattered legends, but that's all Paimon thought there was to it.
I once turned my heart toward humanity, and thus did I experience loss. I once labored and did much, and put an end to my tale with my own hands. When you realize you are floating in the middle of a vast ocean, you cannot help but feel that swimming in any direction would be equally meaningless. Would it not be better, then, to simply sink? But before I could sink to truly lightless depths, chance had it that I should be awakened by a band of Ratniki. They were facing a horde of abyssal monsters, and could not last against such a disparity in strength. Those who dwell in darkness for long enough become exceedingly sensitive to all light.
Is that why you chose to help them?
Perhaps I was moved by their valor. But I was freshly awoken, and my powers were limited. The survivors and I buried the fallen heroes. That was the origin of the Final Night Cemetery. Well, not exactly. I was just more familiar with them. So joining up seemed the most convenient way to experience human.
Doesn't sound too believable.
Well, I believe it. Besides, I'm well past the age when one might believe in things that nonetheless. There are still some things I will not allow to happen. Tomorrow I shall go and check our records to see if I can find any connection between the Wild Hunt, Rerir, and the Cannon.
Will you need us to get you where you need to be?
Oh, I'll be fine. I keep a backup copy at my residence in case of emergency.
Can you even go back there right now?
Thanks for the reminder. I believe they'll have checked my place, but they won't have stayed. All things are ranked according to their priority, and we lack the manpower for such an open-ended stakeout. And even if someone is waiting, I have ways around that. I am the master of my own house, after all.
All right, then. We'll trust you.
Anyway, I hope you'll help me keep this a secret. I'd prefer others not to know about my past unless...
Paimon's lips are sealed, too.
All right. Thanks again.
Finally, we can rest. Let's go get some sleep. There's tons to do tomorrow. So much noise. What's going on this time?
Hey! Where's Flint? Is he here, or isn't he?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest? Flint is a Wild Hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be no end to this!
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You want that, huh?
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the Wild Hunt too, huh?
What happened? Did something leak out? But we were so careful last night. How did anyone see us? What do you mean? This is so confusing! What do we do? These people are no match for Flint's, but they're super heated right now. It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier. Okay!
Hey! Let us in now!
My apologies. My apologies.
Hold on! Calm down, everyone!
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest? Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a multitude of guest people like you would come bursting in.
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now is to confront Flint's face to face. Exactly. And you sure don't look like an—
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, but if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket.
Wait, it's...
All right, all right. I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner.
Oh, all right then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of yourselves?
Come on!
No sign of Flint's.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh? So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah, how did they even find us here?
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the Wild Hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces. Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one, seemingly, was exempt. And amidst it all, Flint's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel on the fire in secret.
So, did Flint's make his escape after hearing about this? And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the Curatorium, got my chance to shine. While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I, alone, noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Aw, come on, pause. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the Curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly important to him.
Might he intend to come back and get it later? Maybe. Well, he's out of harm's way now.
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is, we got lots of new intel to share.
All right, then. Yehoda, come, let's have this discussion. I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a Wild Hunt anomaly.
gonna be okay now that he's on his own again?
Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rare now.
In that case, Rare shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing.
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collect
a reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard? Some of these
maybe because that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself.
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. Ooh.
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
In other words...
Lightkeeper operator. Meanwhile...
Then we best act...
A feeling we...
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently.
Works for me. Enough and I will...
The curatorium.
And we frost...
Never mind you.
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
Understood. Time is of the essence.
Gotcha!
Huh. Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flint's dropped by already?
Well, considering what you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right? No one's guarding this place, just like he said. But, oh...
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
Ah! There you are! Okay. Or not! How are we supposed to read through...
Difficult, yes. But it is also our most to expose the true intentions of this Rereer. We need to dive in.
Hope we don't land on our heads then. Ghost! That file suddenly moved by itself. This is a graveyard, right, Flint? Do these things...
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
But that file really didn't pay. Come out.
Hmm? Wild Hunt Phenomena Log?
Hey! Another file's moving!
Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility.
Really? Hey! Seriously, another one? Phew! Finally finished! Oh.
The The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale. What about you?
Paimon as well. Guess that makes 3 of us.
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our files.
All right. Paimon will go fetch hers. All these incidents look pretty different.
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt. And look, all these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. Huh? But why?
Some of these records are too old.
And here's another similar...
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutual. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive, but now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain. Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a tide seal stone sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail in the situation...
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and Abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rerir be strong enough?
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
What are you referring to?
We had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
Was there a gap? But
there was. Leaving him...
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment It begs the question. What makes... That's odd. We shouldn't have any... I'll go take a look. Ah, it's... an ibis.
It's carrying a letter! Oh, Lala must have sent it. She can speak to little animals.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town, and is preparing. It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste. Lauma.
That's gotta be Rerir's doing.
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
What should we do?
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should find Rerir. One moment.
Go! Fly! Not a moment to look!
You're here, as expected.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither come. But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna...
Such faith in your companion. But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon when all they see is the Wild Hunt surging up everywhere they look? The cannon must seem. This is the truth I have revealed to them. They did this all of their own. The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow in their folly. The townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And you were kind-hearted.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out of our... See this fragment? It once haunted your dreams. But now it seems useless.
That is my corpse.
Sorry.
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished. Every last fragment calls to me, sooner or later.
What do you even say?
Huh. So the terror of the Wild Hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse. I guess they don't call you one of the...
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within Wild Hunt sites. But each time, the fragments I obtained were that which you hold in your hand.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the...
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you afraid of dying?
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form. Over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my... What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart. All that suffering, everything I endured, and all for nothing. I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my strength immeasurably. It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in the... Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the bird.
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rarir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of... Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back any minute.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the Wild Hunt preparing to spawn a wave of... But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis. So they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole...
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. A chaotic... Even those who flee without reserve, after all. A gamble...
Even so...
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible.
Well, about that... People have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. What? I made that thing! They can't just take it from me! Let me over there!
They might. If Rarir has already formulated some count... For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Possibility, high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. We will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to... Oh, you're back. Hmm? And you have a letter? The Traveler won't make it back in time. So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would she—
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then she's prepared for the worst.
And we must ensure that her trust in us is not misplaced.
What are you waiting for?
This place is burning too!
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on out. Looks like they've formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Is that Lady Lauma? But are you really her?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not something that anyone else—
I do, yes. So it really is you, my lady. But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop—
But—
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that I seek to redress this injustice. Not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives. Please, have faith in our
Thank you, my lady. Thank you.
Please, then come. I need you to step forward alongside me.
All right, I understand.
Seems we chose the right person for the job. All right.
Huh? You're not—
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some— Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
You're right, my lady. At times like these, we must rely on ourselves.
We won't let you pass, creature, aren't you?
Time to teach you a lesson you won't forget. Here's to us, Lady Moonchanter. Go.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
The monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from—
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Inefa.
Orders received in—
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs. But in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, otherwise, if your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false.
Let's go, Anafa. This way up. This is making me dizzier than I expected.
Adjusting route. Make ready.
Out of the way, small fry.
Breakthrough. Brace for impact.
Duckle, what are you doing here?
Defensive mode engaged.
Ding dong water bomb!
Preparing for dust up.
Rush attack!
Insulation chamber deployed. Interference detected. Entering countermeasure mode. Defensive mode engaged.
Look, the rainbow! Easy peasy. What made you think I couldn't take on one of my own designs, huh? This isn't good enough, we gotta hurry!
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Alright. Let's hit the emergency brake.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town.
No! I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that.
Beep, beep.
We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Siki Sato Pasta Socks.
me gusta decir que son estos son los pentusi. Los esticos para ti quiero tu risuku, tu quiero tu aition veraton.
Sluggish. Torpid. This body is... I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did...
What's with him?
Verfnir. Vrindaughter. Flinders.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster.
Matters not. Having a heart. Being human. It's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly in you. You matter not. Does anything in this world... You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world.
La títere, la chica. ¿Qué es?
You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia!
Chiputa.
No, wait! This isn't over!
¿Quién se los llevó? ¿Se los llevaron? ¿A todos? No mames. No mames. ¿Qué es ella? Sí.
We're safe?
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency. Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case...
What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score.
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash, but battles just get chaotic.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went...
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hobbles again! Come on, Polonia! We're leaving!
Well, anyway, thank you.
I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the Eternal Moon Goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also... And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that.
Still, what do we do now? Rurer's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't...
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plan, but we still don't know what his aims are. And he may continue gathering power. So we must be
After you left, I could no longer sense his presence.
That means it's safe out there for now. Right.
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I see.
Oh yeah! The cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry.
happening? It seems my time.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few, but the Ray Hero of Solnari has now gained a complete form.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious Kukusaur into the wild. I'm sorry. Is no one here from...
Paimon knows what you mean, but that now...
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us if his objective had been revenge alone.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss. I know there's no running now. So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help.
That's right! And it still works on normal Wild Hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
Flint, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
You mean, you're being promoted? Was Paimon the only one who did?
Well, there's a certain gentleman that... Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light slowly. Gradually, I have achieved too little. Perhaps his end was tragic. Every shadow...
Oh, poor guy.
I've heard that one too. Is that so? Well, you're right. But we will. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
What are you two talking about? Okay.
Either way, Lightbearer, with your blood you have, even as we heard, until it, thank you for...
Krumkaki creation.
Thank you for...
Understood. Huh? We appeared to...
They must have...
Affirmative.
Huh?
What are they saying?
They are...
Do you remember that thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much... Is that a 1?
Guess again.
Wait.
Yeah, what I mean to say is that there's...
Aw, that's just... Wait a minute. That's not an... What brings you here?
And where have you been?
Oh, of course not. I was simply elsewhere discussing business deals. Indeed, it was all thanks to you that my little store... What? And didn't I tell you that my prices were reasonable? Oh, but you still turn to that curatorium of secrets, or whatever it is they call it. If even regulars such as you abandon ship like this, what can a businesswoman do but take her wares elsewhere? And how should I not be, Running small overseas enterprises is no mean feat. Never mind when such... Forget it. It's not as if anything is to... Now then... Don't see you coming around here often. Just feel free to take a look.
Well, I've come to visit you, Miss Aino. Here, I've brought some snacks from town and their traditional butter...
Shh! Anafa might hear you. So, what's the occasion?
And if we really did...
Sweet talk.
It gladdens me to have...
Anyway,
Well...
You wanted...
Oh, my apologies. Perhaps this request should be better directed...
I mean, I can totally do this, no problem. Wait right there. I'll be done before you can save.
Much obliged.
And next time this happens to you, make sure to come to me first, you hear? Hey, it's Alanatar! Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Un momento, Colombina.
Columbina! What are you...
Was it not you who recommended such...
Yeah, but aren't you afraid the Fatui will see?
Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all. They have more troublesome affairs to deal with.
Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you...
The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people, however...
However?
Is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to?
Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat? Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to. There's all sorts of delicious stuff.
You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps? I could not gain any insight into his scheme now that he has donned a shape and form. But that power of his, I cannot say. Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling it. Well, Zandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino, was that not what you were... Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care. I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you, if you wish it so. But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away. Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you. Or from others. And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat. I could not gain any insight into now that he has donned a shape but that power of his plays I cannot say if that fixation is perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation. I still wish to return to the moon that belonged. That is where the answers lie buried.
Interesting. You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right! Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Varka.